Hello, how you guys doing, man? This is from FSY Changes. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. So if you're still new to my channel, uh, I hope you like and subscribe, and hopefully you're gonna learn something new if you're just still new to my channel and stuff. So basically, in this channel, we're gonna be analyzing using supply and demand, and actually using force manipulation. So I hope you're gonna like my stuff and gonna be part of the family and stuff. So um, please bear with me if my English is not good and stuff. So I'm from South Africa, so I might like not speak the greatest English, but I'm gonna try my best to actually deliver the message as as good as possible for everyone who's from Europe, Africa, and all those stuff. So we're gonna try and analyze and actually look at the market. On This is the 1st of June, so this is the beginning of the month on 2023. So you're gonna analyze and if you're still new, you just have to go to my previous video because there are stuff that I actually cannot really go deep through because I've already done that. So so let's just look at the pair and stuff and actually try and analyze. So we have here the USD CHF. So we actually explained it on the analysis. So we had the setup here. This was actually going up down. This was creating high highs and high lows. So basically going to this entire level here, just drawing this vertical line here, you can see that it was already compressing. It was creating high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. So basically, when the price does that, it's actually telling you it could actually change the direction. It's either gonna pull up or it's gonna pull down anytime. So whenever the price is always compressing, you're always gonna expect a big move. Basically, when it's compressing up, most of the time it's gonna go down. When it's compressing down, it's gonna do the opposite. It's gonna go up. So since here the price was just compressing, going up, creating high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. I was just expecting it to actually touch a demand zone and actually go down. So we had this demand at this part here. If you just look at this demand here, this demand at this point. So it broke in this demand. So if I could just go here, this part, and just draw this line here. So you see at this zone, it only reacted and then it went up again. So I had another demand at this part here. We demand at this part. There's another demand. This demand here. So as you can see here, this is a drop, base, drop. So we had this demand as well. So it reacted, it dropped, and then it went up again. So basically, it was just respecting this trend line at this point. It was just bouncing at that trend line. So if you can see here, it bounced here, it bounced here, and then it decided to bounce again at this point. It decided to bounce at this point. It decided to bounce at this point. This point. So it was just respecting this trend line. As you can see, it decided to bounce at this point as well. So that's why it pushed up again. So we had this after breaking this two demand, two supply zone. We had this supply and this supply. So it had broken this supply at this point. It reacted and it broke this supply. So we had this level of a Quasimodo, which I thought it was gonna hold. So unfortunately, it decided to break it as well. So I don't know why it decided to reverse at this point, because if you can see this part going up at this level here, we have another Quasimodo at this level. So if we just put this horizontal line here, so it hasn't tested. So I don't know why it decided to reverse at this point. So if you could just go and just let me just get closer at this point, it just testing another level. So I don't know if it's gonna continue doing the same thing, testing this trend line, and then decided to going up again, and then decide to go up again. So I'm just disappointed because we had a lot of setup on our on our main group. No, we had a lot of setup there. We first had this one, it broke in this one, and then I was expecting this is what's gonna respect this level. So unfortunately, it also broke this level as well. So it's kind of crazy. We lost a lot of money on the USD CHF. So right now it's decided to, after taking our stop loss, because we had our stop loss just above this Quasimodo level. So if I could just highlight it at this point, highlighting this entire zone, so it decided to break this entire Quasimodo, our entire Quasimodo level. So and then it decided to go back down again. So I don't know really what is happening, but if I could just go to the daily time frame here, at the daily time frame, um I had this. Okay, let me just go weekly. So we had this weekly time frame. If I could just zoom it a bit, so let me just show you thought what I thought happened. So we have this Quasimodo of a buy. So we have this right shoulder here, right shoulder, and then we have the head, né? And then we have this high breaking this entire high. So this high breaking this entire high. So we had a nice base level at this point. So here, just highlight this entire demand at this point. If I could highlight it here, so we highlighting it here. So you can see here, you can see on the weekly time frame, basically on the buy. So that's why I think basically that's why it has broken our levels of supply on the lower time frame, because on the weekly time frame we're basically going for a buy, né? So that's what happened. So basically USD CHF was basically the most painful setup. Basically posting two setup and not working out is very not nice, especially when you are actually the signal provider at your group and stuff. So unfortunately these things kind of happen. They've been happening, and in the future they're gonna happen. There's nothing really you can do, so based on my analysis, I thought this was gonna be a very good setup, based on the compression of the price actually approaching the level of demand. So it was, unfortunately, it didn't work out. So what I'm looking at right now, I'm just gonna pass the USD CHF right now. I'm just gonna chill and actually looking for other stuff to actually see which setup that I can look for. So let's just go to another setup. So let me just go and look at other pairs. So let's look at this one. We had the setup here. We had the setup here on our group. So this was just a very easy setup that I posted on the group. So it's just a simple head and shoulder. So I posted it. I'm gonna show you. So we just had this head and shoulder here. So it's just an easy head and shoulder. So it's an easy head and shoulder. Okay, let me just. You had an easy head and shoulder. So if you just post here, head and shoulder here, and then we had another shoulder here. Okay, so it's just an easy head and shoulder. So there's a head, there's a shoulder. So I knew that the price was just gonna go up. So let me just pause a bit so I could actually show you the head and shoulder that I posted on the group. So let me just pause. So there it is, guys. That what I told you about the USD. There it is. So let me just zoom it in so you can actually see it properly. So there's the setup which I was talking about. It's just a simple head and shoulder. I knew that it was planning to go up, so that what happened. So if you could just see it, it's just a simple head and shoulder. I told that it was just gonna go up. So this is what happened on the charts. So there it is on the charts. So as I told everybody, that the setup was gonna go up. You see, decided to go up, just what I told you. So it was a huge move, just a simple setup, so it decided to go up again. So let's just go for some other setup. So we could actually analyze the USD, the pound dollar. So you can see here it has a nice Quasimodo here, because if you could just see here, this is where it decided to break the structure, né? So let me just delete this. Let me just delete this. Okay, so never mind, I don't want it to waste our time. So this is where it decided to break the structure here, and then there's where the structure got broken. So this to here was the structure breaker. So coming here again, this is a nice level. If we just highlight it for you so you actually see properly. So if I highlight this entire zone, this is a nice level where the market could actually react for a sell going down again. So let me just go here so you can see clear. So we can look for a sell if it decides to go up again. So the price, if the price decides to go up again, we can go for a nice sell at this zone. So we're just waiting for it to just push up it and then go for a sell. Let me just see the daily. It's a nice setup there. So it's a nice sell one. It's a nice sell zone there. It's a very nice setup. So we could actually look for probably this kind of setup going up, down, at the pound dollar. So we had the setup on the May group. I hope people actually took advantage of it. So basically the group, I just want to have like a bit of a small chat about the group. The group is not just a signal group. I've always emphasized that for a lot of people, that we're not just focusing on actually selling sets up at the group. We're just focusing at sharing knowledge. It's basically a community where we teach, you learn, we also share setup. So some people just get frustrated when the setup are not being posted, which I've explained when you join the group that that's not the purpose of the group. The purpose of the group is actually helping you become a better trader, not depending on our setup. So that's the whole purpose of the group. So please understand when you join that you're not gonna be getting daily setup or whatever setup, but you're gonna be getting views and like understanding what the market is doing to become a better trader. So thank you for that. So if you're still new to the channel, just do me a favor, just like and subscribe, and actually comment what you think of the group work, of the channel, where can you actually improve, what do you like and all those stuff. I'd appreciate the feedback. So let's continue and actually analyze some other setup going forward. So let's go Euro USD. So I haven't saw Euro USD in a minute. Why is this this? Okay, let me delete this. It's annoying. Okay, we have the setup on the Euro USD. So you can see here, just looking at the Euro USD, just drawing this line here at this point, you can actually see that it's been going on a nice trend line, been testing it from here to here to here to here. Né? So we had this. So I don't know what happened with the internet, but I hope it's still loading. So let's hopefully it's gonna come back. So it's been testing here, testing this point, and this point. So we're in a downtrend. So we had a nice setup here. If I could just go here by just looking at the spikes at the candle, rejection. So this is a nice level of support at this point. Né? So it's a nice level of support. So if you haven't tested this level and it's haven't broken this level, showing that it's gonna go up again. So let's just look at what might happen on the Euro USD. So let's just wait what is actually happening. So here we had nothing much has happened. So let's just go at the lower time frame. Basically nothing. Okay, let me just go on the 4 hour. So here what was happening here, if I could just highlight this zone. So this is a nice level where the price might, if it decides to break, it must go up and reject. So if you just highlight it again, this point, you see this is another level. So this was a level of support. As soon as it broke this support, it became resistant, and then it's broken another resistance. So this, after breaking this, you see this is another support level, and then it left the base. So I don't know why it never got to test it again. So if you could just highlight here, you see it has never tested this zone. So let me just highlight. So you see it went up, but it never decided to go up again. So let me just go again at this point. This is another point. See, this is another. You see, it's just creating new supports and resistance. But looking at here, you see, it's broken this level of this level of support, and then it just never get to test it again. I don't know why. You see, this is another level here. You could just put it this point, highlighting this point. You see, it's creating new support and resistance, and it breaks. You see, it breaks and then never retest again, and then it breaks again and it never retests again. So this time it broken this level. This was a significant level of support. It has broken it again, and then it didn't touch exactly. So I don't know why. So I don't really see a setup on the Euro USD. I don't know what is happening in the with the network, man. It just have to come back, but the internet is still on. So you see the devils is working hard. So I don't know. So let me just look at the hard time frame. Basically, probably I'll see a setup. So there's no setup for me at the Euro USD. So let's just go and look at something else. So let's look at looking at the USD, the USD yen, the USD yen. So it's going up on an uptrend right now. You're seeing it's pulling up. So this just draw this nice level of this, basically a nice level of a nice trend line here. So if we just draw the channel, so this is where it was been channeling there. So before this entire level, before it decided to go up, so this is where it's been channeling. So it's been going up, down, up, down, up, down, and then it decided to break this level of this whole channel. So after breaking this whole channel of the trend line, so it broken it and it went up and then it retested. So if you could check here, this is where it retested. By looking here, you always have to look at your left hand side now, so actually see what was happening on the price. So this is a significant level, and pay attention. I've always explained, pay attention of the spike candle. So this was a spike, this was a spike, so this was a very significant level of support. So highlighting this level of support, and then when the price decided to break and then retest the level of support here, and then it went up again. So this is what is happening. It's just tested this significant level of support, so it decided to go up. So where it might reverse, it's here by looking at the spike as well. So if I could just draw this zone at this point, so drawing it here, there it is. So there's a spikes, you see, and then there's the base. So this is the base of the entry point. So just highlight this base of an entry point. This is this way the price is going. So basically, since it's pulling up, so I'm expecting it to actually go up a bit. So just push a bit at this point, and then decide to drop again. You know, so this is where it's gonna drop again. So pardon me with that. See, so this is where the price might actually. So knowing that the price is gonna react at this level, you just have to put your stop loss just above this base candle, and actually put your take profit here at this level of support, this significant level. So I think basically once it comes back here, it's gonna break this level because it's been tested for quite some time. But just put your take profit here. So this is actually a nice setup of the USD yen. Yeah? So let's just go look for something else. So the USD CAD, the CAD. So here we have the USD CAD at this point. Yeah? So we have this level, the USD CAD. What is happening? So risk and server, I don't know. Like why is it down? So we have this level here. So please bear with me. I don't know why the network just decided to disappear. So I always have this kind of problem. So we have this level here. Um, if you could just look here at this left hand side, so you have a nice quasimodo here. We have a shoulder, we have a head, né? So the structure has been broken at this point. So the structure was broken here. This is where the structure is broken. So from here to here, the structure is broken. So we have a nice quasimodo going here, and then we have a nice base candle here. So if you just highlight it going here, and then just go this zone. So I'm expecting the price to go there. So let me just go on the daily time on the daily time frame. Probably I'll actually be able to see it properly. So there where the price might actually reverse. So this is frustrating with the internet down and stuff. Let me just try. I don't know if I could try and reset the server, because it's showing that it's online. So can I just, okay, let me just continue. So that what I'm actually expecting here on the USD CAT, né? It's not a great setup. It's not a great setup, so I wouldn't be like looking at like, oh, there's where the drama start now because of the internet. There's where the drama start. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's just look at what we have. So here we have a QMLCR here. So we have this level of a quasimodo here being broken. So if I just highlight here, let me see on your left hand side. So this is a significant level. So by explaining a quasimodo TR, you just have a quasimodo here of a bad quasimodo that failed. You see, you had this shoulder, you had this head, and then it was broken here. So always when it's been broken, it's always going to be retested. So just highlighting this zone, by highlighting this zone here, this is a significant level, but you can see here it's been tested as well. Tested. So this basically was just trying to explain the whole theory what happened here. This was a significant level of a support, and then this was a support, and then this level, this was a market grabber, which where they actually took the stop loss here. If I highlight it here, this where they took all the stop loss for people who went for buy here, thinking that there was a lot of there was a lot of stop loss at this zone, so they decided to take the stop loss at this point and then go up. So this is a high liquidity zone. This liquidity is very high, so they took in the stop loss and then they decided to drop again. So knowing this level is very important. I know that the market might just go and retest it, just testing here, and then decided to drop again. So this will drop again. So if I could just go to daily and see properly, you see this level, how important it is. So it's been tested. So this level might just go up and then decide to drop again. So that's what you have here on the USD, the Oz dollar. So that's what you have right here. So look at it properly and actually rewind. Just look and actually tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Your view is very important. So that's what you actually have on the Oz dollar. A nice retest and then decided to drop. So let's go and look at the pound, the euro pound. So I've been looking this one for quite some time. It's not my favorite pair. And whenever I don't see anything, I just make sure I just move on and actually try and look for some other setup. So yeah, I don't see setup as well. So let's just go and look for something else. Let me see. There's nothing here. So let's just go and look here for the Euro Swiss. So I don't know why it decided to close the network there is actually trying to actually destroy something beautiful we're trying to create. So I'm not gonna let the devil actually stop us. So we have this here on the 4 hour. Unfortunately, we can't see the daily time frame, but just looking at the 4 hour, I had this set up here. If I could just highlight here at this point, this is a nice level. But just, you know what, whenever I'm making analysis, guys, I always pay attention on the spike candles. Just looking at the spike, I actually see how important that certain level, because spikes are just rejection. So you see how rejected it has here, rejection it has here, and then there's the base. So this is a nice demand zone. This is a very important demand zone. If I highlight it here, this is a very important demand zone. So let me just put it here. So expecting for the price to actually go up and respect this demand and decided to drop again is something that you might see as well. So that what might happen. So unfortunately we can't see the daily time frame because of the internet. I don't know, it's because of like there's gonna be load shading, all days load shading in other stuff in other provinces or township and stuff. So let's continue analyzing and actually see what's happening. So the so I don't know why the daily time frame. So the other setup, they don't want to see, they don't want to show us the daily time frame. So let me see here. Okay, let's just pass this one because there's actually nothing here. This one is easy. So this one is easy. This is the pound the pound squeeze. So we have a nice quasimodo here. So if a shoulder and the head, and then there's the structure breaker here. So this is the lowest and the lowest. So we're expecting this quasimodo level here at this zone. So just highlighting this zone, this entire zone. Let me highlight this entire zone here. This is a nice sell zone. So let's just go here. If I could just throw a nice horizontal line by just looking at your spikes. So here the spikes. This is a nice fake out. So I'm just expecting the price to go up a bit, to go up, and then decide to drop. So that what I'm expecting here. This one is look very simple, straightforward there. So if you could just look here, it's actually been respecting this nice trend line at this point. So it's gonna go up basically because it's attached here, attached at this point, attached at this point. So expecting it to go up and drop. So your stop loss just have to be above the head, and then yeah, man, it just looks simple, straightforward. So let's just go for some other setup. Unfortunately, the CAD yen. So the CAD yen is another dope setup. I've explained about this setup. Looking at your spikes as well, you see you have spikes here. You have a lot of spikes here. You have a lot of spikes here as well. Just draw a nice horizontal line. So this is a nice FCR. So it was really bouncing between this support zone and then decided to break. So it says breaking. It haven't tested before. So this is going to be the first time testing the support after breaking. So this zone is a nice level of an FCR at this point. Yeah? I've spoken about it. So expecting the price to just push up a bit and then decided to drop again, because this is going to be the first time it's actually testing the support zone after breaking. Yeah? So this is a nice setup as well. So your stop loss just has to be above this supply zone. So let's just go for the this one. There's no setup. This one, USD yen. So USD yen, I mean basically the pound yen, you know. So you had this FCB here, yeah. This wasn't an FTP, so this was a significant level of resistance, so it broke in the resistance, so it has retested for the first time. That's why it's leaving the spikes at this point, so it's left so many spikes, so it decided to go up again. So it wasn't a very good setup. I wouldn't take it in. So that what is happening spicy, but basically there's no setup that I could actually tell you guys to actually look for here, ne? So let's just go for something else. Ah, I haven't saw this one. Okay, this one was crazy. Let me zoom it down. So here, this setup was a bit crazy because it didn't test it. You see here, it has a shoulder and a head, but it never tested this Quasimodo level. So it was a bit frustrating because I was expecting it to just drop a bit at this zone. You see? At this zone. I was expecting it to drop a bit at this zone, but it hasn't tested this zone, but it decided to pull up like crazy, and then we were left behind. You see, this move would have been a nice move. We'd have recovered all our losses. Unfortunately, we'd never covered it, but I just want to see what made it to push. It hasn't. Probably there was some sort of news that happened, but unfortunately it didn't touch our entry point. So these kind of things happen. They're very frustrating and stuff. So yeah, man, let's just continue with some other stuff. What is this? Is the euro, the oh, the cat. There's no setup. There's no setup. There's no setup here. There's no setup. So let's just pause. Let's go for. You see, the devil works hard, man. The devil is a hard worker. I don't know why I decided to close my internet just when I'm about to actually upload a new video. So let's just see here. Very disappointed because of the internet and stuff. So I don't know, Let me just stop with the gold, and actually we'll continue with more videos, because the internet is uh actually limiting me from actually trying to analyze everything. So I'm just gonna stop here at the gold. uh Make sure, guys, if you subscribe and like and comment, it actually motivate me to actually see that whatever I'm putting in, there are people actually watching and stuff. So make sure you don't become part of the devil uh with dropping out our internet. Make sure you subscribe and comment and actually tell me what you actually think. If you wanna be part of the group, you know what you do. You just have to hit me on Facebook. It's I just follow me there. And yeah, man, so unfortunately this kind of things happen when the internet just drop, because here in South Africa there's a lot of flow shedding that is happening. So these kind of things happen. It's very frustrating. Make sure you help me inspire and push me by just subscribing and liking. So uh the internet is down because whenever I'm analyzing, I make top down analysis. So basically, I always like to do at the high time frame. So this is kind of limiting me to actually show and analyze at all time frame because of the internet. So I'm just gonna do another video where I explain. Probably the internet will be back again, but for now, just watch these videos and tell me what you think. Should we continue and all those stuff? Because there's so many stuff that I actually wanna teach you guys. So make sure you subscribe, you like, and actually tell me where could I actually improve. Because I'm the only one who does like I do editing, cameraing, and all those stuff, man. It's hard work. So just subscribe and support me. Thank you very much. Thank you.